So this school has started, they have started the school for survivors of Kargil war, children whose parents were no more during that time. So it just started like that, but then it has grown very well. And I had a very great opportunity to interact with students, with teachers, and with all those people who are working there, with Swamiji there. And it was very wonderful experience. I invite all of you because now I have joined as coordinator for some activities over there. And you really feel good, the kind of service they are doing. The students, they are learning Bhagavad Gita, they are learning Vedic chanting, and bhajans they are learning. They do yogasanas, and they study with lot of interest. And yesterday was also a farewell party of the 10th standard students. You should see the feedback they gave and how open and how, what I should say, very confident they were. They are not English medium, this batch. They were not exposed to it. But the way they speak confidence and no fear of anything, and this has produced a lot of good, students, like some are IAS officers, some are lawyers, some are doctors, many, I think 10 doctors are there. So it has produced quality students with good culture actually. So I invite all of you, I would suggest go and visit. If anybody wants to come, I can take them. My next visit will be probably in the month of June. So if anyone is interested, I would like to take you and just come and visit. Nothing, no other expectations. You will enjoy good food. They will treat you like, guests. I mean, they'll be such good hosts, and you will get exposed to North Karnataka food and all that. Okay, with that, we come back to our chapter 6. This is called Yoga of Meditation. Yoga of Meditation. So far, what Krishna has told to Arjuna during Bhagavad Gita is he's making him very, very independent to take decision, because the major decision now for Arjuna is whether to fight or to quit. He doesn't call it quit, but since Krishna started talking about spirituality, Vedas, and renunciation, Arjuna keeps asking him, and every time he makes Krishna explain to him again and again, give me reasons why I should not become a sannyasi. Then Krishna, in the same tone, with more force, he keeps convincing him that now it is the time for you to deliver your responsibilities, deliver your duty, because you are a Kshatriya. And the context here is that you have the responsibility. You are playing a role of a Kshatriya because you're a ruler, and you should protect the people from adharmis. Not only that, it may not be related to the people. As such, this Kaurava, Duryodhana, and those people, they have troubled you enough, and time to give back. Because you have tried, I have tried, we have done all the possible ways to bring a kind of negotiation and bring a truce, which was not accepted. So now it's the time to show. So this is the how we deal with people with asuri bhava. That means people with demoniac values, people who are destructive, people who are self-centered, ultra self-centered, and harming another person who is going to be so useful to the society. So such people have to be, removed from the society, removed from the system. Such people pose great risk to the society, and therefore they should be eliminated. That is what is Krishna's take, which is a great lesson for all of us when we work in different spheres of life, at home as well as outside. So when he starts with he brings him out of his vishada. Vishada is low morale. From there he brings him, he uplifts him, and starts telling. And there was a great bond between Krishna and Arjuna. Arjuna was totally surrendering to Krishna. Though he was his friend, he considers him as somebody like a guru only. Shishyasteham, he says, I am your disciple. Please accept and guide me. That's how he asks him. Unlike many people who would like to There are many in this society who want to pour out their problems, but not for solutions, but it will be just to pour out. Of course, that also is in a way it helps them. Just listening to them. So here, Arjuna is not restricting himself to just. He's not making Krishna just a listener. He wants Krishna to guide him, knowing very well the Krishna superpowers. So Krishna starts guiding him through what is our real identity. You are brooding over something which is not worth it. You are not supposed to spoil your life for something which is not worth it. That means you are under ignorance. This is not, you are not going to do this way. Arjuna, says Krishna. And why you are not supposed to do? Because the root cause for all miseries is something different. It is your own perception. There is nothing like sukha and dukkha. It is the way you perceive. And you should grow beyond that, because the ultimate goal is to discharge your responsibilities. So that is a great lesson for us. So for that, he gives all the wisdom, jnana it is called. So he showers and everything, the true knowledge, very guhyatamam jnanam. Guhya means a secretive knowledge, because everybody is not interested to know. If you teach the depth of Bhagavad Gita to so many people, you find out, talk to 100 people, very few will be interested, because they don't need it. They are still in that ignorance. They feel what they do is right, or they may be jnani also. Both the ways it could be possible. So here he says, you need to know this, Arjuna. So he starts from Atma Dhyana in chapter 2, and then slowly moves to Karma Yoga. Then he talks about Sthita Prajnata and how you have to perform your actions, basically emphasizing on work with detachment and go beyond dualities, go beyond Sukha, Dukkha, and all, both are acceptable. Just go transcend beyond that. Going beyond that is the trick of the entire, spiritual path, actually. And then he talks about discriminates. I mean, he converges what is sannyasa, what is grahastha dharma or karma yogi. So he says there is absolutely no difference. Both are essentially the same. Both lead to moksha, but certain perspectives will be different. That means karma sannyasi will have to have lot of control on his energies. He'll have to discipline his energies. We should have tranquility of the mind. So that comes later. So he encourages him to go through the path of karma yoga, do your regular activities. Do not condemn any of those. There is no point in going to the mountains or to the forest, becoming a sannyasi, giving up your expected mandatory responsibilities. So this is something very unique. And again, he says, Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam. Niyatam means you should do whatever is allotted to you. There is no escape. We cannot take the excuse of Bhagavad Gita or spiritual practice and avoid our allotted responsibilities. That would become hypocrisy. Ideally, what we should do is we should do our responsibilities, but with a different mindset. Our attitude to the same activities have modified. That's all is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Just modify your attitude, your perspective towards your work. So that is the whole essence of Bhagavad Gita. With that, now we have come to see, he has taken through all those steps initially. Understand your identity and do your karma like this. And in the previous chapter, he says, first you do your karma, how you should do, give up the expectation, do with detachment. And one very important shloka is, a beginner should first do work with detachment. As you grow up in this path, automatically your mind becomes tuned for meditation. And for a beginner, working with detachment is the means. Arurukshor munehe yogam karma karana muchyate. Arurukshor mune yogam karma karana muchyate. That means karma becomes a means. Your action is your means to get liberation. Let's not talk about moksha, but let's talk about liberation from misery. Means what is troubling us, I'll come straight to the point. What is bothering us, that we will overcome. We are all here because something is bothering us. we are not able to get. I would say we are here because that has triggered us. How do I get over this? Kit, kit. It's okay. I just want to be free from all this. So for us, it is karma. Do your karma. Karma karanam uchyate. Karanam is means. So that becomes our. So our whole effort should be to perform actions in a totally unbiased work for the sake of work, or work because it's God's work because I'm not a doer. With any of these attitudes, we can do our work. That will take away entire misery, I should say. Because if the goal is to do our work to the best possible and as an instrument and as a part of some contribution to the entire system, look at the world around us. It is so active and it is well distributed. The labor is well distributed. What do the animals do? If you see the environment, what do the animals do? What do the plants do? What do the human beings do? Everything is well connected actually. So if you see that, we are part of that system and we should sync with the system without complaining, without cribbing, without raising any kind of obstacles. We should just accept our role and keep doing. So he says, so that is how we become free from misery, never complaining, adapting, adjusting, accepting, not as a coward, but with wisdom. Understand, this is what I'm supposed to do. Let me do this. That will give me, and we should work not, I mean, money, everything is fine. It will come and it is already decided. When you work in a place, you'll get money. When you work at home, your family will grow. All that is known. So you need not worry about that. What we need to do is take a different stand towards the activities that we are doing every day. So once we establish in that, as you grow, when you become little established, whether you grow in age or you grow in your maturity, over a period of time, such kind of practices, sukha, balancing the happiness and sorrow, heat and cold, success and failure, you start treating them with equanimity as you grow. It's okay. I can handle it. I will let go. What next? So these kind of matured thoughts, they start coming. Then you will become yoga rooಢa. You will progress. That may happen at an early age. That may happen at the end of your life. That may happen in the next birth. But our purpose is to just keep walking in that. Just keep walking. Do not see where we are, where we stand. Let's not measure. Let's not have any metrics. We'll just keep doing and enjoy that process. That's extremely important. So he says, established person, it's a tranquil mind. And today he's going to, in this 6th chapter, this shloka is from the 3rd shloka of this chapter. So he's taking us in this chapter for meditation only. He's building us our approach, our mindset, and what are all the prerequisites to progress in the field of meditation. So we had stopped at this shloka. Dhyana vijnana truptatma kutastho vijitendriyaha yukta iti uchyate yogi samaloštashma kanchanaha. So a person whose heart is filled with satisfaction through knowledge, if you little bit think, contemplate and reflect, you will come to know you're all enjoying Bhagavad Gita because it is giving you jnana, knowledge. It's making you think, approach life or approach problems or situations from a different angle. So here also he says the knowledge fills such a person who is longing for this kind of satisfaction. What kind of satisfaction? That comes through knowledge. So whose heart is filled with satisfaction through knowledge, and who is undisturbed, knowledge and experience, and who is undisturbed, kutastha, conquer the senses. He is called yukta. That means in a yoga. This is different chapters. He has defined yoga in a different way. So all of them are interconnected. So he says he is supposed to be engaged in yoga, and such a yogi considers earth, stone, gold as the same. That means he doesn't differentiate between mud and the stone. For him, you give him gold. Such a person, when let's say he comes to your house and you gift him, he may not be a sannyasi, he is just another ordinary looking person, but within he is yoga rooಢa and a matured person. You give him, he has no value. So he will not start treating, next shloka says that, he will not start treating people who give him gold with a high esteem as compared to those who just offer him water or something. No, because everything is same for him. Because he considers everything to be divine. And as I mentioned last time, all these metals, whether it is gold, silver, or steel, or iron. Steel is an alloy, of course. Iron, all these natural metals are all elements. They have all come from the Prakriti, and he looks up to them with great reverence as the God's creation, rather than the difference between gold and iron. All that is for people like us. Then he says, Suhrin mitraryudasena madhyastat madhyastatvesha bandhushu sadhushvapi cha papeshu samabuddhir vishishyate. One who looks with equal regard his well-wishers, his friends, enemies, meditators, and those who are envious of him, relatives, the pious people, the sinners, all of them he considers as the same. How can we consider them as the same? Papishta is papishta only. One who considers papa, one who does so much of papa, and one who does a lot of good activities. How can we consider him? We cannot hug each and every person the same. Then what is the importance of our viveka? Discrimination. Should we not discriminate? That question comes to us. But this person, he may not be so friendly and move around with these people, but within his heart, he does not have any animosity with these people. The rich, the poor, and the sadhu, as well as a sinner. What is the commonality between a sadhu and a sinner? Can anybody tell? What is your perception? What is common among all these people? Relative and sinner, and those who are envious about him, jealous about him, friends, enemies. What is common? Anybody?
Ma'am, Jivatma is common, ma'am.
Yes. Then what
Uh,
differentiates them?
Differentiation is with the, I mean, the sadhu with the knowledge of spirituality, he can
Their actions.
Yes, correct. With then,
they can treat other people as agnanis, but with the same jivatma, it is similar. I mean, whatever it is there with me and with him, it is same. Only he can treat as agnani, so it's okay. Whatever he
correct,
does, he doesn't take to
correct.
heart.
Correct. Both are correct. Actions are, they perform different actions, therefore they are different. But Jivatman is same. They perform different actions because of their evolution. They are evolved in a different way. What decides the evolution? They chose to be like that. Some are ignorant, ajnani. What she said is correct. They are ajnani. They are ignorant. They have not tried to change themselves. They are not aware that they should change themselves. Whereas a sadhu became aware, he started working. And there are many people who are in between. Some are extremely good sadhu, yoga roda, advanced. Some are totally at a lowest level. So, but he thinks one day this man will come up because the Jivatman is there, and whatever he's doing is a manifestation of divine. I mean, because of the energy of the divine, but he has to grow. So he will not differentiate internally. Externally, it's not that we can expect them to be sitting together with these people. If you see in the society, we see a lot of different types of leaders also, no? Politicians. Some are extremely good. Some are really concerned about the society. Our prime minister, for example, I'm not saying in a biased, but there are some people who are most corrupt, who are always thinking of their growth, their people, like that. Anyways, so he considers everyone with the same, attitude. He considers all of them as Jivatman. They are all having Jivatman, same, which is there within me. Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi sthitaha एकाकीयत चित्तात्मा निराशीर परिग्रहः. He is describing, Krishna is describing all the qualities of a yogi. So previously he said they consider all of them on the same platform. Before that he said they consider gold, mud, everything as it doesn't make any difference to him. Now he says, they are constantly engaged in meditation and reside and rahasi sthitaha. They like to be secluded. They want to be alone. They do not like always to be in the company of people because that disturbs their steadfast state of mind. These are elevated. These are going to become or in the process of becoming sannyasi, or some of them are already karma sannyasi. And with a controlled body, they yogi yunjita satatam atmanam. Yunjita means he is always engaged, constantly engaged in meditation. And rahasi sthitaha, they are secluded. This also may imply of the people who prefer to live in Himalayas or in the forest or in ashrams, meditating always with a controlled body and mind, and most importantly, isolated, secluded, constantly engaged in meditation, but that mind should be free from nirashi and no possessions. They should not have any possessions. Such a yogi, established yoga roda, established in yoga, yukta, they should be engaged in meditation. They are isolated. They prefer isolation and they have controlled body and senses. Your body should listen to you. If I have to sit for meditation for 2 hours, I should be able to do that. And then free from nirashi, free from hopes and anxiety. Hope, nirashi means there is no expectation, no desire or anxiety for non-fulfillment of desire. That is the exact meaning of nirashi as per Swami Ranganathananji. Nirashi means no asha, no expectation, no hope. So, and no anxiety. Whether it is fulfilled or not, I am least bothered. What bothers to me is my mind should be engaged. And also free from possessions, no gifts. Aparigraha. Yogi should not take, even in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, Patanjali's Yama Niyama, they say do not take gifts. Possessions also mean, one is this yogi will not have anything, he will not own anything. Today he will be here, tomorrow he may be at some other place, he's just dress and maybe one water bottle to carry. As I told, Kamandalu is there which carries water, or he may carry a water bottle, steel water bottle or whatever, whichever we give him. So that he will carry with his dress, that's all. He will keep roaming from place to place. So that is the ideal way, one who ascends to that state, no? That person will behave like that. And he will not take any gifts. Because the minute you take gift, what will happen? Then you will become attached to those possessions. So a person ideally should not own a house, or he should not be owning a car, a bungalow. Those things are not applicable to a person who has elevated himself to this place. So no expectations, no gifts, seclusion. These are three important characteristic aspects of a yogi. No gifts and seclusion, isolation, because he is done with the people around. And also no expectations, absolutely not. Today, Swamiji, you come to my house, we will do Pada Puja and all, okay. Tomorrow, they say no Pada Puja, we have cancelled, that also is okay. He will not get disturbed. A person who is genuinely established in this yoga, he will not get perturbed or disturbed, nor they will accept. But in some situations, they run these some organizations. So like yesterday I went one. There we have 2-3 karma yogis who are striving so hard day and night. So whatever comes, that is not taken as possession. It's not for them. Everything is invested. In fact, they go from place to place, give talks, and whatever money comes goes into education for a student. One student, they will educate. They will visit another place, collect. Same thing, Swami Vivekananda did. He used to take money. From where? From US. He used to take money. He said, I need it. I have to build the mission. And he built. He built Ramakrishna mission based on the money he got through his lectures and donations from USA, because those people were hungry for such knowledge. And he gave. In turn, he said, I need money. You give me, you help me to establish. So this is different. Here they are working. Those possessions are totally selfless for the benefit of the society. Next, so this should be the mindset of a yogi. No expectations, no possessions, and no anxiety, no fear, and no gifts, taking any gifts from others. Shucho deshe pratisthapya stiram asanamatmanaha natyutritam nati nicham chailajina kushottaram. So, how do we sit for meditation? How do we prepare ourselves for meditation? Before the mind, the body should be under control. When you sit, the posture is extremely important. Beautifully, he says, having established his or her seat in a clean spot. Choose a clean spot in your house or outside or wherever, and steady, stiram, that asana, the spot should be steady. That means it should not be having any kind of, it should be at the same level, the ground. Usually they sit on the ground. So it should be at the same level. It should not be ups and downs or anything like that. And then you establish one asana. How to establish? He says, Jailajina Kushottaram. Kushottaram is grass. This refers to those days when people used to go to the forest. And obviously, when you leave your home and into a secluded place and you start meditating, you can do that. Or now also, to help in our karma yoga, day-to-day activities, we can follow meditation, and to some extent what suggestions is giving, because we are all meditating. So first he says, in order, he says, first you have to put a chailajina kushottaram, mat of grass. There should be mat of grass, or maybe in a lawn or whatever, and then put a skin. Those days they used to take the skin of the deer. Krishnanjananta Hedjavike. So you put that deer skin, first grass, deer skin, and a soft cotton cloth above that. This is the asana for a person who meditates. This is the asana for a person who meditates. If you think of environmentalists, those days these animals used to be hunted also. That was the norm. Or they would die and people would get this deer skin. All the rishis used to sit on that skin of the deer. And then, but you should have a not level place, put grass, put the skin, and then put soft cloth. That would be ideal place for you to sit. And that's what he says. It should not be natyutritam, nati nicham. You sit on the floor, but don't make the asana too high nor too low. It should not be very flat, or it should not be too bulky. It is too bulky also, it's not wrong. It's not right, because you will not get the concentration. This is his suggestion. How to sit. Then he says, Tatraikagram mana kritva yata chitrendriya kriyaha upavishyasane yujjat yogam atma vishuddhaye. There, once you make the seat, seated on that seat, making the point one-pointed, ekagra chitta, ekagra, that means you are shutting out all the other thoughts and just pinpointed concentration, ekagra chitta, controlling the activities of the chitta and sensory organs. You may practice yoga to purify oneself, or yogi will practice this yoga to purify oneself. Having crossed the dualities, having got over the anger, having got over the mada, moha, everything, we are reaching this yoga ruda. But they will not stop. They come behind us always, unless we practice this every day. That is called Atma Shuddhaye. That means Atma Shuddhi is not one time, until you realize. Once you realize, and that nirvana, they say, at that point of time, everything, there is no need to do anything. But until that, you have understood, you have experienced the wisdom, you have experienced the truth. But to maintain that state, to some extent, you have not reached nirvana yet. So for that, you must have this asana and regular meditation. long, long hours of meditation, not only for you, but for the welfare of others, and with, um, you know, extreme good concentration we have to do. And controlling the activities of the chitta and sensory organs means, what is the activity of chitta? It is taken interchangeably with the mind. We will not differentiate between manasu and chitta. So activities of the sensory organs and the mind means deviations. You all have experienced. More you try to control the mind, more it tries to bring all the thoughts, whatever we have done. It doesn't mean going and working. Sensory organs, we are not seeing here. We are sitting with closed eyes. We sit with closed eyes. We are sitting in that posture. Now what? Now we have to control, we have to discipline the mind. Let it come and go. Will not entertain that thought. Otherwise, what happens is, once, let's say you close your eyes, and then you will start thinking, the first thing that comes to your mind is, tomorrow what do I cook? Or how do I take the class? Or there are so many patients, what do I do? Relatives are coming to my house. Okay, let them come back again. This should be the attitude. Rather, in the beginning, what happens is, with those relatives, all the past, future, everything will be sitting there, but the mind will start building stories around those events. So with practice, we can afford to delete or allow and then just leave it. Don't entertain. Come back. Bring the mind back. To what? To the point of concentration. What is that point? We'll see in the next shloka. So, ekagrata is important. Concentration is important. In whatever we do, it is important. Even in our activities, in studies, or in our cooking, in our any activity that we take up, to bring perfection, ekagrata, that is a word used, concentration is required. Same thing applies here also. And atma shuddhaye, because in the whole day we would have seen something, we would have heard something, we would have reacted, and that would have created samskara. The whole effort is to cleanse of those samskara, isn't it? We are conquering the prakriti. Prakriti is this only, nature, tendency, swabhava. This is how it is. You see, you react, an impression. Tomorrow, the same person comes, I react in a different way with my previous memory, again an impression. Third day, similar person comes, again I react. So conditioning happens in your subconscious mind that gets fixed firmly. This man wants to get rid of all this. Therefore, through meditation, that is called Atma Shuddhi, getting rid of all our mentals, all the coatings. Kannada, I think few of you know. We do the vessels, no, every day. We do the vessels. What do? We scrub. And if I should say, the stickiness does not go, we try to bring another solution. We try, for sometimes we use pitambari, we use prill, we use all those, isn't it? So this meditation, with lot of determination and ekagrata, is doing a similar job with our mind. This mind has become polluted, and it has accumulated so many samskaras, which will come between me and the Lord. Me, or in Dhyana Marga, which will come on the way of me getting moksha. Moksha, let us take as I said, liberation from misery. Let me just get rid of all my past, all my baggage, whatever people have done, whatever I have stored in my mind, all that should go. Otherwise, he will not cross. Now he has done all that, dualities, everything. But that should maintain. Meditation every day will give you a sustenance. It will maintain your state of mind. Yesterday, Swamiji was telling, if you don't do that, if you don't scrub, what will happen? It will become stained, isn't it? If let us say there is a pot which is made of brass or whatever. Every day, if you clean it, no, outwardly at least, outside and inside, it looks so clean. One day you don't, you will start seeing the stains. 2 days you don't, more stains are seen. Exactly similar to that, we need to cleanse our mind every day. If you don't clean your house, if you don't sweep the rooms, dust will accumulate. Even though you have not opened the window, somewhere it will start. 1 day if you don't clean, 2 days if you don't clean, more. Third day it is still more. Then it's very difficult. Sometimes permanent stains keep happening. How will you remove that? Exactly the same process happens in our mind. If you don't keep cleaning it, the stains will come. And sometimes it's very difficult to erase because they stay there permanently. So that becomes your samskara again. And to fight with those is extremely difficult. Therefore, Atma Shuddhaya means regularly we have to cleanse our mind with meditation, particularly if we are aiming very seriously, if that is the goal to get rid of this. For us, before we go to this state, what should we do? Arurukshor Munehe Yogam. I'll put all of us as the beginners. So for us, what he has told, work with detachment. Work with detachment means do your duty. Do not trip or complain. Avan hange bidu, you're inge bidu. This is what, though we are not reaching here, we should get those points in our day-to-day practice also. And to implement that, at least 5 to 10 minutes of meditation we should do. Let's not spend hours together on meditation, because we are supposed to work, we are supposed to contribute for the functioning. But to do that perfectly, our mind should be under control. For that, we should do meditation. So let's follow that in our level also. Make a good seat. We will not get grass. You will not get deer skin. But take those yoga mats or nice, we have those velvety mats for meditation. Bring them. Find a suitable place either in your puja room or a small place in your room, or even a small place in the hall if you have less space. Identify a small corner there, just sweep it, mop it, and then make that as every day you should sit there. And you can wear same dress during meditation. And as soon as we get up, or if we get up in the Brahmi Muhurta, it's all the better, because that time external vibrations are very high. They say 3:30 to 5:30 is the best time to meditate. If you can make it, if you have that much of willpower is extremely, good to have. Get up and sit there, meditate only for 10 to 15 minutes to start with, and then you can make it ideally for half an hour a day. Then get going with your job. And as I said in the previous session, if we start the day with meditation and cleansing, the entire day goes smoothly, and it will improve our productivity. Output will be higher without any disturbance. And during the day, we will remember these thoughts, that my job is to do my duty to the best of my ability. So during that process, I have seen people complaining, I went to do this, I went to do that, but these people came on the way. Okay, what best possible you do? If something is obstructing so much that it's not under your control, then we just drop it. No problem. What best possible we should do? Because that is what is working with detachment. That is what is getting over dualities. So that is what we are supposed to do as karma yogis, as a working class, grihastha, householders. This is what we are supposed to do. But these points, what they have told, which we would like to do probably at a later date, or maybe people like me at this stage, maybe I would like to take it slowly. That we shall do later. But as of now, I have children, I have duty, I have to give my profession something. I cannot sit and meditate. Krishna doesn't advise that. However strong our inclination is, first we should do. So, then there's one more very, very important statement which comes later. Okay. So, next he says, Samam karya shiro grivam dharayan achalam sthiraha sampreksha nasikagram swam disha cha disha cha anavalokayan. So let one firmly hold his or her body, neck and head erect with no movements. Firmly, he says, next point in meditation. First he said, make your seat. Then he says how to get that concentration, and how you should control the thoughts, and if it comes, and why do we do that? For Atma Shuddhaya you have to do. And now he says, sit with your back, neck and head in the same straight line with no movement. Still, we have to sit like this, put our hands. This is what is taught to us. Close your eyes and then sit straight. That itself will stabilize your mind. That posture itself will stabilize. And we are sitting on a proper seat. We have gone with a fresh mind at the right time and sit there still with no movements. Initially, you cannot do. With time only, it will come, and then the body will start enjoying that actually. Then he says, Sampreksha Nasika Gram Swam, you should look at the tip of your nose. You should gaze at the tip. Gaze means eyes will be closed only. Imagine you are looking at the tip of your nose so that the eyeballs will converge like this without looking around. So maybe some people will do meditation with open eyes. They'll just concentrate, but preferably with eyes closed and not look around. That means dishahacha anavalokayan. Don't look here and there. Somebody comes, will look there. So this distraction you should control. That is why ideally we should do in Brahmi Muhurtam when everybody is sleeping in a secluded place and start practicing that in a corner with your mat, with your salwar or your white dress, jubba, pajama, whatever you wear, relaxed, loose fitting dresses. Go there with fresh mind after your morning ablutions and all that. Ideally it will be. So this is how he says. So samam karya shirogrivam. Sit straight with the body, neck and the head in without any, still and with no movements, and gaze at the tip of the nose. Do not look here and there. Prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari vrate sthitaha manah samyamyamachitto yukta asita matparaha. So meditation, he has told, make a seat, sit there, control your mind. So does the mind listen so easily? No, it will throw a lot of tantrums. We will have to control them. And a person who is serious of this state of mind, he wants to achieve yukta, he wants to be a yogi, he must follow brahmachari vrate sthitaha. Brahmacharya is celibacy, not engaging in physical comfort, lust, sexual gratifications, mentally or physically. That has been given so much of importance. So he says, one with tranquil mind, prashantatma, vigatabhihi, fearless. There he said, with nirashihi, no anxiety. Beautifully he has brought it here. No fear also, no hope, no anxiety. Here he says, let's not be afraid of anything. One with a tranquil mind, prashantatma, fearless, engaged in following brahmacharya or celibacy, and thus disciplining the mind and fixing it on me, that is Sri Krishna as the inner self, one should be entirely established in me to become a yogi. So he says, be tranquil, try to get back to the tranquil state of mind always, at least during meditation. Be fearless. What are you afraid of? During meditation, what are you afraid of? When I myself am there, that is a hidden statement. And follow brahmacharya. I'll tell you what it is. And manaha sanyamya, control, again, mind control. Control means restrain, do not entertain the thoughts. Sanyamyam, achito yukta. So he says, and one should be entirely established in me, Parabrahma. Consider me as Parabrahma. So when the mind is fixed on him, automatically it will not go here and there. If you fix when we are studying, most of us are doctors here, when we are studying, what happens, or when your students are studying, will you look here and there when you have to write an exam, when you have to clear your internal assessments? What did we do? Hours together. We could not. They would be dancing. We are not concerned because we need to. This is our goal. Exactly the same seriousness a yogi will take his life. So even when we sit for 10 minutes of our meditation in the morning or 15 minutes, we should follow this. Prashant, tranquil mind, no fear, because he is there. Yoga kshemam vahamyam. Don't worry, I will take care. He has given us an assurance. So trust that. sit for meditation, control your mind, any thoughts reject. Whenever thought comes, Krishna or Shiva, whomever you are thinking, any form you can take. So in another shloka he says, some people said yesterday, some also Krishna always says concentrate on me, on me, on me. That is a fact, but he also says all are one. Shiva you meditate on Durga, you meditate on Kali, everything comes to me, Parabrahman, as Parabrahman. So he says one should be entirely established in me. And now Brahmacharya, why does he insist on Brahmacharya? To grow in spirituality. So, and Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also, woman and gold, Kama Kanchana. Kama, he clearly told lust. Gold is desire and woman is a lust. So desire and lust, Kama Kanchana Tyaga, he used to tell. These are the two hurdles for such, when we reach that stage when we want to really get over. So we are not in that stage. And then Anpurna, let us consider we are regular, as I told you, regular householders. We are ordinary people with extraordinary potential. That also we must understand. We have extraordinary potential, each one of us, whichever position we are. We all have that extraordinary potential. But God is within us means there's an energy, that's a potential, that is a happening. We can manifest, we can grow to any extent. We all have that. So if we are also doing a meditation, then at least during that time and during the day, with whatever in whatever role we are playing now, we should try to see how this brahmacharya applies. Ideal brahmachari is he will not be engaged in any kind of physical satisfaction, sexual gratification. He will give up all that. Okay, that is the highest. And those who get into this for 12 years, if they practice brahmacharya, they say that it conserves the energy. They have spoken with respect to the men. So what happens is the discharge of the energy which comes out as semen, that if it is controlled, they say it conserves itself as a great ojas shakti that brings lot of tapashakti, lot of power, and the memory, it improves memory significantly. Why did Swami Vivekananda have a photographic memory? Very few, I don't think anybody else has got that. And I have seen saints in Ramakrishna Mission who can recollect and bring out the shlokas in remotest of the Upanishads, Vedas, without any hindrance. They just speak out. So I asked somebody yesterday, how is it possible? No, we have read long back. How can we remember? So this is one of the reasons they practice. I'm talking about genuine people who have sincerely practiced brahmacharya in thoughts as well as actions. They have remained away from women, and they have also not thought, there are no such thoughts in the mind. That is complete control of sensual or sexual urges. That will create. Now, householders, when you are married, when you have family, so brahmacharya may not be, it is not suitable. It's not advisable because that is part of the bridge. It's a bonding between the man and the woman. However, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, they were also husband and wife. I have told this in an earlier session also. But he did practice being husband because they had a very highest goal. That's okay. But what he says is, if I show in this intent, this kind of seriousness, people may follow at least 1% of that. That means people will, at least brahmacharya, we can say for householders, is being committed to your own partner, not having multiple partners, not fantasizing about something which is beyond the boundary of marriage. You are understanding what I'm saying? So people will be married, but they will think of something, some other woman or some other man, or going outside, having extramarital affairs. These are against brahmacharya for a householder. This I have read somewhere. And then after few years of married life, then one can live like friends, need not be regularly having physical connectivity, may not be required out of, because that time, and it happens as you age, we become more of friends. It's more of mental bondage than the physical. So over a period of time it comes. So that needs effort by both the partners. But anyway, during as a grihastha, one should understand that for him, brahmacharya is not going outside, not having multiple partners, because our dharma believes in ekapatni vrata or ekapati vrata. So that should be controlled, not in thoughts as well as in actions. And also brahmacharya during with student life. That makes it very, if anybody is watching this video later, as long as you are not married or you don't have a partner, until as long as you're a student particularly, it is essential. So brahmacharya ashrama, the name itself has come because of this. They need to practice that celibacy right from their teenage, when they cross the teenage until they become householders. They have to control those urges. But unfortunately, what is declining the society in terms of its values is today all the children are exposed on the mobile to all kinds of things. And many times as they're growing, young working professional also, watching all those things are permissible because it's all there. It's okay if they want, let them watch, but they must understand that this principle, if they follow, of brahmacharya, controlling the urges to watch or to perform, that will multiply their productivity, multiply their creativity. Extraordinary leadership quality will come, extraordinary power will come to them. They can command that power without the necessity of imposing yourself. Without being a boss, you will become a boss, because that much of ojas will be there, and on your face you can see, your performance we can see. So when the time comes, they can get into that regular. That is part. So God has made a beautiful arrangement, because that's a need. Prakriti it is swabhava. The body needs, that's okay, but at the right time. But these things have to be. I don't know how effectively we can bring these concepts in the young minds. Very difficult, but that is why yesterday when I went to Vivekananda Seva Kendra, why I got involved with that school, is that school is producing children with all these qualities. There is no mobile there, and still they're so happy. Basically, they're so happy, and they talk nicely. They come out with lot of ideas fearlessly, extremely fearless. You should see them talking. I have some videos, I'll share them. So such centers of excellence for our spiritual values may be publicized, popularized. They can become, I have told them, we want you people to be the center to spread such principles to all the schools and colleges across the country and even globally. Globally, let us live it. At least our country, which has sustained all these years because of these principles, and all the depression, anxiety, suicides that are happening in the youngsters, because they have no control on their thought process, on their directions. There is no proper goal. Not all. There are exceptions. There are extraordinarily controlled people. There are youngsters who are. Yesterday itself, I saw one fellow who has got Rhodes Scholarship of 50 lakhs per year in English literature. He comes from a small town called Basavana Bagewadi near Bijapur. From there, he has gone to Harvard. 50 lakhs per year is his scholarship. 12 lakhs Indian government is giving. 6 people have got Rhodes Scholarship in the country, and he is one of them, young fellow. And he spoke so well about all this. So these are the people who should actually guide the entire younger generation, and we all should join hands with such people who are trying to bring such changes. That was exactly the reason why I get associated with these people, because of course we tried our level best for our children. To some extent, they are next future generation. This technology, misuse of technology, is kind of hampering their real growth. So that we have to somehow, as a social responsibility, we should try to involve ourselves. Next, yunjan evam tadatmanam yogi niyatamaanasaha shanti nirvana paramam mat samsthamadhigacchati. Thus, practicing yoga always, the yogi attains peace, rendering residing in me, and the peace that culminates in nirvana. So a person who engages every day meditating, brahmacharya, tranquil mind, nirashi, and giving up fear. So when all these he practices, engage in meditation, Atma Shuddhaye, then he attains peace and he resides in me. He will attain nirvana. That is the eternal, uh, permanent peace. Permanent peace. So um, that is how the practice of meditation culminates. It ends there. Then, but some more characteristics or some more prerequisites he is mentioning now. Natyashnastastu yogosti na chaikantamanashnataha na chati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna yuktaharasya yuktacheshtasya. So, 17. Word is missing. Just a minute. युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. Very practical words for us also, not only for the yogi. Yoga is not eating too much or not eating at all for long periods. Nor does yoga lie in sleeping too much, nor remaining awake for long hours. Then the next shloka says, to one who is moderate in food, recreation, effort for work, sleep, and wakefulness, yoga destroys the misery. So these two shlokas tell, do not eat. Simple statement is, do not overeat, do not undereat, do not sleep too much, do not remain awake for long hours, do not have too much of recreation, do not have too less of recreation. Moderation is the key. Keep moderating. Very beautiful, He has permitted. He doesn't tell us you avoid everything, sit in one place, always remain awake, always do japa. No. He says sleep adequately. Yuktaharasya viharasya. Recreation also, he says. For such a person also. Have your own recreation, but moderation. Do not over full whole night party. No, that is not the part of yoga. Enjoy that. You want to go to the party, go there. Enjoy whatever you want, but come back again and have your routine. Let it not disturb your routine. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours per day, neither 1 hour or 2 hours sleep. I will do dhyana. No, that is not done. Nor you sleep for hours together. That is also not done. And food, particularly, he says. And this is very good for our physical health also, isn't it? And a yogi must conserve his physical fitness or physical health. It is not only the mental thing. Without the body in the fit state, one cannot meditate. And I must tell to each one of you, including me, we should take care of our body. And you people are young. Right now, devote 1 hour at least for ourselves, for our walking, for our meditation, for our food, for our hydration, for our supplements, because you will have age-related things coming, and many of the diseases are appearing at very young age. We are here to do the spiritual sadhana, which we are enjoying. If we don't keep ourselves physically fit, then body will not cooperate. All our efforts go to drain. We will feel very much, and that will be an added misery for us. We are trying to get out of the misery through Bhagavad Gita, and to make Bhagavad Gita successful, I am telling this to myself first, we have to devote a specific time during the day. We should be selfish in this regard. I am appreciating my husband so much. 10,000 steps per day with a smartwatch gifted by his son. He will never compromise that walking. Never ever. Yesterday also we went there and suddenly he disappeared. I was asking where. No, I had to make up my 10,000 steps. That we have to follow. We should follow that. And nowadays that 10,000 steps has become a routine. I think, am I right, Chaitali? Chaitali, are you there?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
yeah. So this is what we are supposed to keep and moderation in our food, in our sweet intake, food intake, fat intake, everything. We have to be in moderation. Today we fast, tomorrow so fasting. So least food means people keep fasting for days together. I should bring this point. It seems Gautam Buddha also, he tried doing this, it seems. He fasted for days together and he became so weak, it seems, he could not get up. And he could feel his tummy had gone so much inside. When he put his hand, he could feel his backbone. So that much weak he had become. So he says, then he decided Madhyastha. In Buddhism, he has given this Madhyastha. This be moderate. Then somebody gave him food. With that, he was able to stand up and walk and then do meditation and all that. He says, if you fast so much and if the body is drained of all the energies that you have, where is the scope for doing meditation? You can never do that. So Madhyastha means moderation. Yada vidiyatam, this is the last one. Yada vidiyatam chittam atmanyeva vatishthate nisprah sarva kamebhyo yukta ityuchyate tada. So now again he is repeating, completely disciplined mind, rest serenely. Serene, Prashanta he used there. Here he says, in the disciplined mind, Vinitam Chittam, Atmanyeva Avatisthate. Rest serenely, the self alone. Self means Atman. Free from Nispraha. See beautifully there he says Nirashi, then Vigatabhihi, Bhaya, no fear, no anxiety. Now he says free from all the desires. Then one is called as a steadfast. That means such a person always says, I don't want anything. Nispraha is no longing for happiness. It was so nice. I enjoyed that. Moderate recreation is permitted. So yesterday I went. Again, I want to go there. No, that is called spruha, attachment or longing for those desires. So such a person will enjoy and come and then just that's it, period. No longer thinking about that. So this should be the attitude of a yogi. Nispraha, nirashi, vigatabhihi. These are all the developments. So it is a multi-componental development. It is a multi-component. There are multiple components in the personality of this yogi. It's not only one meditation. There has to be an effort on the other areas also, on his physical fitness, on his concentration, on giving up that, and in moderation. So like that he says, and last I think this is a very small shloka. Yatha deepo nivasastho nengate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha. So when he does all this, no, just as a lamp, flame of a lamp in a spot sheltered from the wind. That means if there is no wind blowing, how does the lamp look? Totally calm and not wavering, not flickering like that. Such is the mind of a yogi who has a subdued mind and practicing concentration in the self. So when we reach that state, it appears like a flame of a lamp, very, very calm, serene. Imagine there's a candle and there's a lamp. It is so calm without any flickering or waving because there is no wind. So wind here means our thoughts. Now such a person repeatedly does all this, his mind will be very, very steadfast. I'm sure all of you would love to reach that stage. So Ramakrishna, we would love to reach that stage. And I'm sure I will always be asking, ma'am, I can't read pharmacology. I always want to read Bhagavad Gita. So one person comes to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, it seems. So he asks the same question: when can I go to this kind of state? So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, there is no need. When the time comes, the Prakriti will take you. Your Swabhava will take you. You will never feel like remaining in the samsara. It will take. So Krishna has told us and Arjuna to go methodically. First practice work with detachment and you will get that, you will make that as your Prakriti. Prakriti means, please understand, natural Swabhava. We have discussed this. We are going to get over that Prakriti because of our efforts. We want to win over that Prakriti. And then when we finish that, no, automatically our mind will go to the yogic state, yogic state. And that time we will start practicing all this. Usually that comes during Vanaprasthashram. Precisely after maybe 2 or 3 years. This is a stage where I am supposed to go at this age. For others, if they're already prepared, in the previous janmas, people would have done so much of homework. They don't have to wait. Shankaracharya, why will he wait till Vanaprasthashram? He just got going. Just said, no, this is not for me. Like that, there are many sannyasis. Yesterday also I met. So that is the whole gist of this chapter 6, Yoga of Meditation, verses 8 to 19. I'm sorry, I have crossed the time, but still if you have any queries or additions, most welcome. Any doubts in this? Was it clear? Any doubts in this? Was it clear? Can you all come on the video mode? Please come on the video mode. I can see. Yeah, tell me, Suvarchala.
Ma'am, last class I have not heard, no. So I just this one I have gone through your video, which you have posted. In that karya and karma difference, you were saying.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, one is karma is doing with a yogic perspective. Doing with the yoga means detachment. That is karma. Karya is activities. Broad one is karya. Karya, you have to do karya, no? Kriya karma we say, no? Like that. You have heard that statement, kriya karma. So that what it means is karya or kriya is activities. Karma is with that attitude. With the attitude of karma phalatyaga, detachment. I am here to do my goal. I enjoy my work. No kirkiri. I want to put this karmanya vadikaraste as a complaint free action, because I have seen people complaining. Today's world, we can say karmanya vadikaraste refers to work without whining or work without cribbing, work without complaining. Do your duty, enjoy. What happens. If they don't work, if they don't support, if they don't encourage, if others are not working, it's not my botheration. Let me enjoy, focus on what is given to me to the best of my ability in the circumstances where I am in. One more I will add is work professional in working environment also. We should go by the ethics of that environment. As long as you are working there, I repeat this again and again, our ethics, our thoughts, our perspectives should match with the ethics of the organization. It sees like this, so you better tune yourself if you are working. No complaining. That is karma phala tyag, according to me. I mean, I am applying it to today's world based on my experience, interaction with people. So karya is the activity, karma is karma yoga. You can take it like that. Yeah. Was that clear, Suvarchala?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But it's okay, but I mean, ma'am, it's not convincing. I mean,
No,
karya
this
means
is
duty.
I have taken from again Swami Ranganathananji's book. Tell me. Karya.
Karya means duty, no? Duty.
Karya is duty. Yes, correct. You are right, ma. The mandatory duties, correct, which refer to activity. No, supposing
Ah,
you can take it like that.
then
Yeah, that's what karma is with
then
the. Tell.
uh, duty and action, like both are synonymously. It is coming, no, ma'am. No, not like that.
Karma, no, wait, I'll tell you. Yeah, if you take both are similar only. If you take the gross meaning, no, karma is also action, karya is also action. Correct, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Grossly. Here, they want to bring that concept that any action you do, you should do it. Action is, you have to do your bound duty, but with this attitude. You have to do it. Which shloka it is? Just tell me. You have to
I
do
don't. I don't know, ma'am. Actually, I just heard the video.
No,
I
no,
mean, which
that's
you
a good,
post.
this one. Yeah, the last time I also was, going through that in depth
I
only.
think
So
first
that is
one.
the
I
meaning.
think.
Yeah, yeah. Anashritah karma phalam karyam karma karotiyah. Correct. Bound duty without exactly what I told. Karyam is a bound duty. Karma is doing it without the depending on the fruit of action. Karma means karma yoga. Okay. So this is what I refer to Swami Ranganathanandaji and one more. Both have agreed to this. So grossly they appear
Okay.
same, but we have to take it like that. It is the karma means action without. That's why he has used two terms. Karyam karma karotiyah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise there
Okay,
was
ma'am.
no reason. He wants to say do your action. One good point you brought out. If you say I should give up the fruits of action, then why should I do? People will ask, now why should I do the work? I don't want to do. It's a common thing. No, you cannot give up. Karyam niyatam kuru. You have to do your responsibilities. Your focus should be on your duty. And without ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. That is a challenge, of a karma yogi. That's the biggest challenge when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
follow karma yoga. Yes. So you cannot be
Okay,
without
ma'am.
action, but do it with that attitude of karma. Yeah. Anybody else?
Yes.
Anyone has any additions? Padmini, Chaitali, Padmaja. Okay. If we are
Ma'am,
done,
ma'am,
yeah.
one more, ma'am. In the last class, Dhyana Yoga, you have told, no? The heading, Atma Samyama Yoga as well as Dhyana Yoga, both are similar.
Yeah. Some
Then
people have.
Samyama,
Yeah.
Samyama means what is
Samyama is
the
control.
meaning?
Control. See, in dhyana, you will have control of the mind. In dhyana, it is mind control. Atma Sayama, Indriya Sayama. So, some meditation is nothing but Atma Sayama. Meditation, dhyana is nothing but Atma Sayama. Therefore, they have used that word.
Okay.
So, they mean, yeah, dhyana, purpose of dhyana is Atma Sayama. That is why probably they call it as Atma Sayama Yoga.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, yeah.
So, all right. We will